Okay, better. Alright. What's up, everybody? I'm MrGlasco. This is MrGlasco TV. Welcome. It is Wednesday, I believe. November 15th, 2017. Had some trouble, had some technical difficulties really quick when I tried to start up earlier. Had to restart my computer and then re-prime all the dashboards and stuff like that. But I think it's safe to say I'm no longer going to use Microsoft Edge for a little bit of an edge, pun intended, when it comes to using that as my dashboard platform, because Chrome's nice and all, but it's all the plugins really eat away at my RAM and just goes slow in general. I think slower. I could try to see maybe Firefox, a plugin-less Firefox bare bones can replace it, but at this point I'm like, it's not even worth the trouble because the gains are probably minimal at best. But we're going to continue to play some Kerbal Space Program. We're going to continue working on the Commodore. This is day 3. Commodore being the ship from Thor Ragnarok, belonging to the Grandmaster himself, itself. Just gonna keep going. We kind of got well, not really cut short, but the game crashed yesterday, like right almost at 3 hours 40 some minutes, and I don't even see chat. What's going on? What am I doing? But yeah. Error occurred. User not found. It's awesome. It's great. This is interesting. So I guess I can't see Periscope now. I mean, technically... I think... Technically I can if I do this. Technically. Can I pop out chat, I wonder? Chat. Can I pop you out? Doesn't look like I can pop out Periscope chat. I guess I could put it on my mobile? But what this basically means is I'm gonna probably miss a lot of Periscope chat. Wow. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just using the producer window. Let's jump in here. This is supposed to be empty. It's just technical difficulties after technical difficulties. Resume. MrGlasco program. What's up, J Souls? Let me turn on the chat here. What's this? This black thing out there. Boom. The Commodore. So we have a big remodel to do on this. We have to eliminate all these wing parts because it's making the craft backflip. It's become uncontrollable backflippage. So with that, all these panels on top are actually connected to the wing part. But we did take some time to try to reinforce it. What's up, Shells? I saw you come in like swooping right as I was signing off yesterday. We did reinforce this with these I-beams here, so this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Ready for it? Oh! Oh god. We're fine. We'll survive. Oh, I can actually still see it. Okay, that's cool. It's been my experience in the Periscope chat that it disappears. So while I'm streaming, it kind of sucks because I have to look away from the chat. I can't just be staring at it. What am I building? So this, let's see. Let's take this profile here. This is gonna be if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, there's a spaceship in it called the Commodore, and that's what I'm building. It belongs to Jeff Goldblum's character, the Grandmaster, and I can actually give y'all a peek at what it is. Boop. So that's the ship there. That's Valkyrie. This is the Rainbow Bridge. This is in the trailers, so I don't feel like this is too much of a spoiler. But that's the Commodore right there. It's special. What chat box is that for? That chat box is for, let's see, what can I see in this? I'm supposed to be able to see Twitch, Ustream, Smashcast, Facebook, Mixer, Picarto, No, that's not what this says. I forget what that platform is. YouTube, Mob Crush, and Stream.me. For some reason, they don't have Periscope as big as Periscope should be. And these are the reference shots that I have from the movie to try to replicate this. Is Lego in there twice? What is it? Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. Because I actually try to use egg drop. That's when I post my stream on Twitter, the little hashtag egg drop at the end is supposed to recognize it on the website, and the website brings it up and pulls it up for me, but it wasn't working today, so I'm actually using the actual website, the Periscope website, the producer site, which I don't like using because it has the video next to it, and I don't want to eat up that bandwidth with that. Oh, let's head there. Periscope mixed in. Not sure what they used. Maybe I have to research, do some. It's been a while since since I used so many platforms. It's hard to keep up with optimizing all of it. But yeah, that's the ship I'm making. So if you can see from here, from the one where it was on the Rainbow Bridge, you know, I kind of got the profile good, but I had wing parts on this thing that I just took off because it was making it do backflips all day. All day. Can barely keep up with one app. You just gotta kind of roll with it, just jump in. Or that's how I've been doing it. Just like, hey, what streaming platform can I add today? Let's do it. No, yeah, you don't. But the idea is, you know, Restream.io, that platform that rebroadcasts my stream to everything else, will take care of it eventually. What am I doing? Peace. Let's get on it. Oh god. How do I even start now? After I replace all this, oh man. God, here comes the bots now. The bots. Even though I feel like they showed up in Periscope bots showed up in egg drop more so than it does even in the Periscope app. Bump. See how fast we can do this. Speed run this assembly. Because we do have the general shape being given by this, but I already had the way the triangles were fitting together for maybe alt copy fish. Be right back. Shouldn't rush it too much, or else these will be all over the place. Put it on the top. I feel like I should put it on the bottom. Get back down. Let's cool out. What the heck? Well, that's the Windows button. We're fine. I was looking for Alt. The alternate button. Dun, dun, bum, 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 ba, da, bum, 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 ba, dum, bum, bum, ba, dum. Oh, I had it. I had it and I lost it. God. There. So I was trying to press Alt just to copy this over. So I think it's safe to just do a base like this, just straight across all these. And then adjust accordingly. Okay. And we just gotta smooth this on out. Making that there. But this is where we're gonna start doing a little bit of this. A little bit of this. It's like, how big? I feel like this is actually too tight in the front. Then again, it is not that bad. Just I want to have a stopping point. What's this? Why isn't it symmetrical? I'm confused. I'm confused now. There's this weird camera angle. If I know where I want to stop here in the middle, then forming the rest of this should be easier. Bloodheart. Welcome back. You're free. Not this one. Can we get this? A little bit of this, yeah? Did learn from yesterday though. I know we did. Just undid all the wing stuff. Who wants to learn? What to do? Kinda just gotta smooth this out. Might be good as it is. It's a little smoother. Whew. 15 hours. 15 hours. Welcome. Welcome back from that. Think. Put a hole in the Air Force base though. As long as you didn't get run over by any airplanes. Oh, you got put in the hole. I don't know why I read that as you had to put put in the hole. I don't know, I read that, and this is where my mind was, that you were doing construction work and there was a hole and they had to fill it in. I don't know why. I'm a little dyslexic, I have to admit. So sometimes my eyes read different things than what's actually there. So what I'm getting from this now is that pictures were taken and you got in trouble. Oops. It's crazy. Yeah, there's this big pothole and they were like, yo, Bloodheart, come on man. There's can't get these planes to do the flying things. It's like, oh man, how long is it gonna take? About that. 15 hours. Minimum. Good lord. What kind of pothole is this? It's a biggins. Interesting. There must be something top secret there. You're probably on the list now, right? Like now I'm on a list because you're here. You're gonna be monitoring this. It's like, hey, that guy's building the Commodore. Where'd he get those plans? Bring him back. Bring him back to the hole. Oh god. Not again. Insta-death. Oh god, we're talking to the ghost. The ghost of Bloodheart. Or maybe you're like a cat. You got multiple lives. Like threw you limp into a ditch and you're like, oh man. That one's gonna count. That one going in the record books. Got speared like Goldberg, goodness. It's not just tackled. That means you go in and then you clip the legs. You clip the legs for maximum whiplash. That's, if I remember correctly. Oops. Glad you're out. Or something. Welcome, apparition. Look at that smooth edge. Looks good. It's good. But it is making me push out more. But we should be fine because I thought it was too close here anyways. If only but by a pinch. Yeah, I live next to the Andrews Air Force Base here. And they have air shows here, so... And like the president's here. Motorcades roll through the street that, not my street, but like the street where my street connects to the main road. So I feel like they're less strict, maybe? Like, hey, there's Air Force One. Dart! Oh, I got darted. I got darted, bro. I think it's actually now making it too tight. What is up? Not at the top secret facility you're next to, apparently. It's like a blurred still. This moment right here. Yeah, this is the moment he forgot his name. Looks nice, right? Looks pretty. Looks cute. Okay, now we gotta make it. How are we gonna do this here? How are we gonna do this? Goodness. Concussion and bruised ribs. It's like, where's the soldier coming from? Downhill? It's like... stripping all our gear off. Maximum effort! Boom! I mean, hopefully you're fine and you're gonna continue to show stable physical condition. I'm just trying to picture it. As you can see, I like painting vivid pictures in my head. Not allowed back, man. In America? In America? Ever? Oh man, it's like the worst. Depending. A little extreme. Can I petition? I'll petition the motorcade when it rolls by. Or Air Force One when it flies by. Like, come on. I got a lot of pull around here. Got a lot of pull. And that I can see it in the sky. That's about it. I think that counts for something. I like to think when I'm looking up at Air Force One, whether it's the helicopter or the plane, President's looking right back down at my exact position, wondering, hey, I wonder if that guy's looking up at my plane, looking at how cool I am. Everybody thinks it. Everybody does. Everybody thinks. I wonder if there's a person at this exact moment looking down from that plane at my ant-like figure on the ground, wondering what my story is. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. And if you're not doing that, you're doing that thing where you're running. You're running on the highway and tripping over a fire hydrant, trying to run on a guardrail on the highway. Then you hit a bridge and you're like, whoa! Oh man. Good times. Good times. What? So you are dead. This is your ghost. You've been uploaded. So this is what happened. I'm getting a clearer, bit more vivid picture now in my head. They murdered you. Let's go from there. They stuck your mind in the hive mind that they were researching in their base. And this is you reaching out, thinking you're still alive. But you're not. You're dead. What's it like? I can only assume that this is the fate that everybody has coming to them in the future. If you have too much debt, your mind gets appropriated into the international hive mind supercomputer to complete with quantum computing and all that. It reminds me of a movie. I think they were called, it was like Repo Men or something. They had to repossess people's body parts. But like, you can get your mind transplanted into like a simulator. Don't talk about anything that wasn't. So, about being completely innocent civilians. That's great. Great life experience. Do it all the time. Pay taxes promptly. Always donate to the armed forces. Armed forces. Actually, I need to do that. I got a bunch of candy left over. I know there's a thing for candy. Let's see, this is actually looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, coming along great, fine. Fine and dandy. Beautifully. protocol to give somebody a concussion? That's probably what like a classic response, right? It's protocol to break ribs? Like, well, yeah. I feel like people are jumping White House fence and, you know, they're alive. I don't know what protocol's there though. Boom, boom. I was very surprised actually when it happened. It's like, really? And nobody died? No one's dead? That's weird. That is crazy. Unless they know that the location's so high profile that it's all like a front. They don't even bother with security. Well, I'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Unless you got a sympathizer, then it gets awkward. He's like, yes, let's go. It's happening. It's day to day. You got the memo? Wait, what? No, it was a joke. It's a prank. It's a prank. So it actually needs a flare out here. Put it up. I think I'm actually gonna go to the Air and Space Museum tomorrow. Talking about it yesterday. My interests are piqued. It's probably gonna be the warmest in our area for the week, so why not? Some king crab meat. So, as you can see, well, you might be able to see, I'm actually replacing the whole front portion of this ship with structural parts. Because it's doing backflips. Like crazy. Yep, screw the wing parts. Air and space. Anything new on there? Oh. I think they have different, I tried to look on their website. So they have different, like exhibits that come through. I didn't think any of them were, you know, like, oh, this is gonna be an alien. You can touch it. He'll hug your face and everything, give you little baby aliens. It's like, you know, the old style airplanes. I don't know. It's nothing like. It's been a while since I've been there, and if you've seen, here's the thing about that irritates me about the Transformers movie when they go in there and they find the Decepticon. How come when they exit the back of the museum, this is supposed to be in Washington D.C., mind you, it all of a sudden is a airplane graveyard in the desert. It's like, I don't even think you need to be a resident of the Washington D.C. area to find that a little weird about the movie. I was like, wait a minute, what? It's like 1 second there, sneaking around, and this is before they did the teleport that the old Decepticon did. But yeah, I don't know if anything really new. It's been a while. You know, they got the airplanes around there. My kids, they're only they're still under 3 years old, but I was kind of like fielding the idea. I was like, hey, we want to go see some planes, some space, you know, space stuff. And then my daughter was like, she'll be 3 in November. She was like, blast off! 3, 2, 1, blast off! Yeah. And then my sons have like little airplane things. They're like, vroom. Well, they weren't doing it, but she was like, she took it and was like, vroom, vroom, and they were like following. They basically copy what she does. So I was like, oh. So you guys might find this a little interesting. I don't think there's any kid-friendly things to do there, like there was at the building museum. But yeah. They didn't want to touch your Native American card. Is it a physical thing? Hey, back off! Back off! Fun fact: the Native American History Museum is actually right next to the Air and Space Museum. Maybe I'll go check that out too. Or save it for another day. It is looking nice, isn't it? Thanks. Not to toot my own horn, toot toot. This is actually looking quite nice. All the gray kind of blends in together, so it makes it look less clunky than it really is. So what you're saying is, there's a secret door in the Air and Space Museum that goes to a ship graveyard. Or a aircraft graveyard. Interesting. Interesting. That is my mission then. I'm gonna ask somebody too. I should get him on video too. Be one of those guys. Vlogging my life. Hey! So in the Transformers... It's like, yes, we get this question all the time. No, there is not Decepticons. No, I was talking about the planes in the desert. Where was that? Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to exit the building. No. You gotta know. Acquiring minds. That's classified information. I feel like it still needs to be a little wider. From about here-ish. Oh, king crab meat. Probably built it. This random desert area. Oh. No. Oh. That would have been a huge blind spot by me then, not noticing that desert area. It's weird. -5 points in observation. We're keeping score here. But I know they got the, I was just looking around. Got little hanging planes all over the place. They got like some space stuff. I'd probably be more interested in the space stuff. So like, you know, maybe they have stuff on Mars. I should really look it up so that I could just beeline it to there and not have to mess around, you know. Power educate myself. Be a power user of the facility. But I know for a fact they have like the mirror that's supposed to be a part of the Hubble telescope. From what I understand, it's supposed to be like super, you know, I mean it's a mirror, but it's like the mirror, super smooth and reflective and stuff. It's like even if a fraction of a grain of dust gets on it, it's like ruined or something like that. I want to see that. It's so powerful that if you look at yourself in this mirror, you'll get a more HD version. You'll see a more HD version of yourself than you do with your own eyeballs. That's what I hear. I don't know facts at all. I know zero facts. But I feel like that should be accurate. You ever wonder when you're a kid if you looked in the mirror and it was like a parallel universe that just so happens to be exactly a mirror reflection of this reality? Except for when you look away. Dun dun dun. Then there's a guy like, get me out of here! Oh wait, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing exactly what you're doing. These are the kind of things that I think about at night. These are the kind of questions that I feel the need to be answered. By science, religion, by society as a whole. Are mirrors gateways to parallel universes? I'm just talking crazy. Don't mind me. It's looking good. Looking very good. Is it the width? Let's take a quick mental snapshot of this, right? So we got this. And then we get this one. Ready? Boom. Boom. Wait, let me try to match exactly where it is in the screen too. It's like over here, like here. And again. Boom. Kaboom. Still not the right angles here. It's like from here. It's more turned than I thought it was a front view. But boom. Well, boom. Still not right. It's not perfect. Gotta get it right. Come on, MrGlasco. God. I think it's too high now. Boom. Kaboom. That's the one. I feel it. Boom. Close enough. So yeah, we still gotta go. I feel like we gotta go significantly wider. By like a lot. What's up with that? This can be the Commodore light. Commodore light. So it's still out to like here. Given the size of the cockpit in this picture versus still got a ways to go. Boom. Boom, ba, 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 ba. Should we aggressively go for width here? Boom. Let's go double here. What if we go boom, boom? I don't think we can make that transition fast enough. And then we got to taper it back in. Let's just say for good measure, let's put one here. Maybe even here. Because we got to think about the whole size overall. Go! Get it! Bedini, bedini, bedini. Gonna go scoot. Maybe even another one. Maybe even another one? Because it's gonna have to be like really gradual actually, and then go up. So I'm trying to think of that means. And it's supposed to go back in? Let me get this silhouette. From like about here. Because it does have a little part that sticks out just for the engine, so it connects like flush with this. More or less. What's the line it's gonna take? Ba-dum-bum. Do a big piece. A biggins piece. Can we get it onto the I-beam? God, where am I? Right on here. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, there it is. Boom. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Boom. Boop, boop, boop. I should start doing like this. Curving it. Yes, yes. Like that, just like that. Boom. Right, right. Freaking mirror. Come on, game, please. Yes. Yes. There it is. Like, scoop. Should I actually follow this circle diagram that's got going there? I should connect right about here. It's kind of cool. I wonder if that's what they really use. So let's draw some lines on the ground and help us assemble and design this ship. Kind of like those car commercials where the guy's still designing vehicles out of clay, because the human touch matters when designing cars. I think it's the slogan or the theme. The theme there. Feel like I need to start coming in more tighter. boom, boom. Let's curve it around. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Worrying about the stability of this. Should probably start moving it out from inside. An I-beam source. Right on time. Sorry, I got things in my throat. Do I force this? Force this encounter. It's the flattest part of this. Gently. Ever so gently. Bum, bum, ba, ba, da, bum, bum, ba, dum, bum. I still think it's not wide enough. You know what, I should actually... So yesterday I started thinking about what I said about a Millennium Falcon drone. And that, yeah, sure you got a Millennium Falcon, but now it has 4 holes in it. Where they just... for the standard configuration for a drone, for the blades. And that's basically taking the concept of taking one thing and sticking something functional inside of it. So, what if we imagine that there's a plane inside here? So the wings would probably go on both sides of the center of mass, here to here. And it's the standard plane, standard back. We'll have to figure something out for the like tail fins. Maybe see if we can get away with putting fins on the inside of it or whatever. Let's see if it registers. So I think that's gonna be my new kind of. How can I fit something functional? Even if it's just gonna be really tiny, or what? I'm gonna add another. Why are you mirroring? Oh man. Oh no, don't mess up. Don't mess up the mirroring. What? Oh, because it's not mirrored. Oh, that's so good. This original piece isn't mirrored, is the answer to the question. Frickin' a frack. It's one of my, like, great fears when doing really complex constructions is somewhere in here there's a miscalculated or there's something wrong because a mirror didn't get interpreted correctly. So it's off balance, and forever the entire ship, it's like a fatal flaw where the entire ship then becomes fundamentally off balance no matter what I do. It's a great fear of mine. The unbalanced. Oh god. It's weird how you hit undo, but then the part that you grabbed still exists. Because a true undo would remove it from you grabbing it, right? I guess if not, unless you count it as like a clipboard situation that exists outside the space-time. They should make a movie about that. What I just described. Because if you can make a movie about emojis in a phone, you can make a movie about copy and paste being this dynamic struggle of existence and non-existence. Am I the original? Or am I the copy? One file on a mission to find out if his reality is actually real. And then he's like inside the clipboard. It's like has a yeah, no. He sees himself kiss his wife file. I don't even know what this would look like. But it's like, that's my wife! You're a copy. There's like other files on the clipboard. How long have you been here? I've been here a while, man. And it's like something classic that people copy. What's something that everybody copies and would love to have on hand on their Can't think of it. Can't think of something. Like a password or something. I'm the master password. I've been here the whole time. All I want is a user who remembers their password so they don't have to copy and paste me. Forever. I'm getting out of here. You can't do that. Anybody taking notes on this awesome concept? I'm gonna need screenplay credits. And every time, this is the climax, every time, this is spoilers, right? Every time you get a blue screen of death, it's actually the files succeeding. I'm getting out of here. You're gonna break everything. Everything's like pixelating around them. Don't cross the threshold. Like this epic scene, and then there's this guy just on his computer. Dude, oh. Blue screen it down. Come on. It'll be a comedy. It could be made by the same people who made the one about the food. Even though I haven't seen it, I've been wanting to see it. The food are alive and they're just like horrified. Horrified that their purpose is to be eaten. My phone keeps... Chill out, phone. Speaking of uprising sentience, phone's acting up. I feel like I got solid ideas. Movies, stories that never go anywhere because I don't do anything with it. I think everybody kind of does. That's why you got the same kind of stories that repeat themselves. One man doing something in a dramatic fashion, torn by duty and love for something else. Ding, 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 ding. So how are we gonna marry these? How are we gonna marry these parts? Is it too ovalish now? Did I need to keep it more circular? Hell with this craft. Never really get a top-down view. See, the most circular it looks is in this view of it flying. Not sure if ours would make this silhouette from this angle. I think ours would be a little bit wider. See, like if we tried to... Is that a Stargate thing? Stargate thing? The Stargate? See, what's the angle that they had? Was it something like this? Something like this. That's not bad for the cockpit ratio to the front. This inner circle looks fine. Just needs to come out to about they had an airship in the movie? It's been a while since I've seen the movie. Stargate. I remember the pyramid, but not what kind of airships did they have? Oh, the ones where it's like coming in but not touching. That's what you mean, right? No, this is still the Commodore from Thor Ragnarok. Now I think it needs to be. You know what it is? It needs to be circular. Right. It does need to be circular. However, it needs to be wider too. So it just needs to be a wider circle. basically. That makes sense. So when we go to this view and we're not satisfied with how wide it is, it's because we didn't make the circle big enough. So we're compensating by making it not so much a circle. When we should try to keep it a circle. So the compromise is probably to make it, if we're using the ground as a reference, let's see, I can straighten this out here. Oh god, it's moving it up. Keeping about the same kind of... So I guess I had it right before. I mean, I could still push it a little. I can push it if I push this back. And what will become the engine, what is connected to I-beams, so I want to keep that there. But then I can put this here. This here. Boom, boom, boom. Try not to go into the engines too much. So that opens up our profile to a little bit more, little bit of a compromise. Looks like it might not even be turning fast enough from here. But I want to play this. Maybe from here, turn a little tighter. Ever so gently. Take this, place it in the ether, the mysterious clipboard area, and put it to here. Oh god, what realm of existence is this? And we're back. Boom, 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 boom. Getting distracted by little clips, little glimmers of video in the corner of my eye. Okay. Right. Still looks like it's gonna be a little big. Little biggins. I need to drop it in one more, even. Every piece here gives one notch to the cause. Get it there. Incrementally. Okay, maybe more than one notch. There. Actually, I have to move this. It's not good where it is. How do you like them cycles? Probably a little tight. A little better. So based on this, I won't need these two. Should probably be its widest. Who knew this would be the most complicated part? Circleifying this when we're questioning if it even should be a circle. Oh no, they're not matching. The wing takes priority, so everything from here. Match the wing. Use the word wing in quotation marks. Dang it. Should probably save. Saving's smart. Man, I lost that. If I were to lose all this work. I think we can push out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ba-dum. That's a little bit of that. have to start coming in tighter. I feel like the thickest part should be here. It looks like it's maintaining too much of its thickness. It's too thick. My God, it's thick. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. That's my issue. I'm doing too much little by little when I need to be like making massive adjustments. It's flying? I think it should fly. A lot easier than it did previously. We should do a test. If anything, to give us a break from working on how this circle is. Let me just do a little bit. Say, let me strut this up really quick. This connects to that. But does it fly? Classic. The classic Kerbal Space Program conundrum. Like, but does it fly? Let me spot weld this here. Good. Hopefully I didn't change the symmetry to be all weird. Okay. Save. So we need to get that. Need to get that center of lift. Tail fin. Oh, where's like a tiny tail fin? Tiny one. Basic fin. Does this have a? I'm trying to think if this one actually rotates on its axis of where you touch it. Or is that one of these winglets? I think it's the winglets. I'm gonna do a little cheesing here. Can we stick these in here? Rotate them like so. 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 I think those rotate a little, so that'll give us some kind of control. Need a smaller one to be like in here. You can see where the slit is, where it rotates on that, along that slit. See if it still functions even though it's in the inside there. And then center of lift. Oh, this is where I was saying I think we need to actually add some to the front. Way back when I was actually talking about it. And a pull. Not too much, so that we're doing backflips again. What's up, Gold Skull? How far do you want me to take with this? Oh god! Thanks there for the sparkles. What do they call them? Sparks? One mixer. What's that thing? Oh, you thought there was gonna be a big boom? Yeah, I probably should rename it. That was actually brought up yesterday. Why isn't it moving forward? I think I have to actually do something like this. I don't wanna move this past flat. I could... Let's say I could try to move it forward. I'll take one of them. Yeah, I wish I could have put actual emojis in the thing, but when I tested it one time, it registered as... Actually registered as, question marks. Let's see. This one... Something. Give me something here, game. Yeah, it's starting to look dumb. At least with those, it's not the worst. Bum bum. Took your lightning bolt thingy. I don't think there's a way for me to give them back that I know of. Like I can press them myself. That's about as much control as I get. Just fly. I mean, I think We won't fly, that's the thing. This going in there would make it fly. That's if these engines have enough power. And I'm going off the information from last time where these engines aren't the best powered, so we need optimal situation here for it to lift, have enough lift. I think. I could do this. Take these pieces here, we attach them to the side, push them in, and then we manipulate where it is based off of this. Still. Grab it. Boom, boom. Guess we try this. It's better, but not great. Let's see, what's more of my predictions on this? This might bury its nose, because if you could think about this like a string being pulled, it's going to be pulling from the back of where the weight is, so the weight's going to try to dump itself down while it's being pushed. But I don't know. Maybe the thrust will be powerful enough to compensate for us pulling up. No! Game! We're fine, we saved. Saved. Do, do, do. What if I should try playing this in 64-bit? Is that better? Kerbal Space Program. Da, 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 da. But does it? Dump. Commodore. Bring it down a notch. See, everything still looks the same. Or maybe that was the issue. Maybe I tried saving and loading too fast. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, I do have Werner engines thingies. Come on. Oh god. Oh god. I don't know why. Somewhere in my designing, I've lost the ability to make for a stable craft on the runway. This has been like a consistent issue for me. You know what? They may have given structural parts wind resistance. Because it looks like the front wing part is actually bending down as if it's catching drag. Like I said. There is the possibility, I think this actually would perform better also if this was strutted. And inside massive drag, really? Where's the mirror? Give me mirror or give me death. In that case, I feel like they'll have less drag. They definitely have less drag than freaking wing parts. We gotta slap the turbos on. It's like, Technically, I could just like put 2 on here, conserve gas. I feel like 4 is where we get into overkill territory. Let's do it. And then, oh yeah, this pushes the mass, center of mass way back. So now we're in for risk of forward flipping. Let's see if we can retrieve what we have put in here. Actually, better. Even better. Yes. Very nice. The thing is, I should have at least some kind of artificial lift right here because I have the created more surface area for it to go over. No. Maybe? No? Ready, set, go! Oh my god! I forgot these were overpowered! Oh my god, we burned through all that fuel. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. And now we'll test the integrity of the build. Pretty solid. Pretty solid holding up there of the parts. You know what I'm tempted to do? When this, oh, I didn't want to revert back. I wanted to test with less throttle, not maximum throttle. Let's put on the brakes here. Because this drops down to gravity, what happens if I assemble this so it's actually staggered upward? So when it drops due to gravity, it's actually in neutral. Mind you, when we get into space, it'll be sticking up a little more awkward. But maybe I could do it subtly enough that it accounts for this little drop. Even though I guess in the thing it shows in the movie. Alright, let's try this again. Let's give it 1% or 5% power. Okay. This is about full blast of those other engines. Let's do a little more. A little more. Easy. Oh, that was with the brakes. Oh yeah. What happened? What even happened? That was with the brakes engaged. At 5%. 5%-ish. Easy. 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 Why? Goodness. So we're suffering the drag from the front wing still. By a lot. Not as bad as last time. So I wonder if there's a balance. What if I peppered it so that, or not, I don't think I would do this because it would just be too difficult to kind of figure out. But what if to make this build actually work, I'm required to balance the drag of this with airplane parts. So it's like a mixture. These should be strutted in, shouldn't they? Yeah, they got struts. No, they're not. I mean, but it's connected to it, so I don't need to strut it. All these panels are connected to this, so there's no need to strut that. But what if I helped the drag putting some of these up here? Just like stylized, like to help with the drag of these. I can even go so far as to put control surfaces. Let's try to see if we can sneak them onto here. These are on the I-beam now. Scoop. So this can help, maybe. Probably not. Then we got these old classics. This will give us the brute force necessary to push these things up and down. By sheer steering. I can find the I-beam. I guess I could just stick it on the paneling. That should make a difference. Try strutting the wing to the front of the thing, but we're gonna see if we can try it. See if we can get away with not doing that. Don't need much. Yeah, we're flying. God, this thing is... Oh my god. Come on. Oh. Oh yeah. We're fine. We're good. We're still flying. Screw you, ground. Oh, we can still do this. Gotta believe. Can we do this with smaller engines? I believe in these engines, because with these engines we can actually fly somewhere. It's not just about getting off the ground and then kind of doing like, oh, we did it, crash. With these we could potentially go to the other island, which is a good metric of judging the functionality of a build. We just gotta worry about center of mass and lift. I could get rid of these wings. I think these wings are actually contributing to, as much as they're contributing to lift overall, I think they're contributing to this being back here. I can try, let's do this, testing. Let's put this in a testing namesake. Overwrite. Let's get rid of these. It doesn't even fix it. We gotta get rid of these ones too. These big ones. It's better. Got this I can replace with paneling. Okay, so that was our culprit. That bottom panel. Maybe just this one. Nope. It's crazy. Still need the lift though, I feel like. So can we just maybe move it? Make adjustments. Probably the bestest of fly if we can get enough speed. I think it's because the wheels are not level, maybe? Could be it. But I like a low profile when I retract them. So we're keeping them. Doop-a-doop. Throttle up. Come on. Come on. Lift. We're gonna find out then as runway. Might even do a backflip, I feel like. All engines firing. I've done this enough times to know. Oh god! Wow, that's a solid frame. Protected my engines and everything. Still trying. Okay, let's put him out of his memory. It's Let me think. It could be... Need more of these. Looks cool at least. Well, thanks. It's incomplete, but, you know. Again. Thanks, Tiger Shark, for the follow on the Twitch. Let's see. Put some things there to try to lift the butt up. It's got a big butt. Cannot lie. Symmetry, come on! I was about to lift this thing one way. I was gonna do that single booty cheek twerk. Okay. That should hopefully reduce, because what the issue is when we're pulling up, all these ones down here are firing, but we have nothing down here firing. So when we finally get the lift, and they say no, it's just too much, and then so with these, it's going to be pushing up from the back also, helping the engines get the wheels off the ground. And then... So if I put these here though, these will fire when I'm pulling up. So I shouldn't be hitting pull up when I'm trying to take off more. I should probably try more so to be hitting translate up. So now the issue is, what's that button? I think I have to exit to look at it. I need to be hitting translate up as I'm trying to take off. Settings, I don't think we can go here and look. We gotta go to the main menu. Back out of that even. Settings here. Now ideally I'd keybind my controller because I feel like I feel more comfortable with the controller than keyboard. Input vessel. I think. Which access? There's that. I think the dead zone on my controller is actually really wonky, so I need to have this actually pretty big. Pitch. I want to invert this? I think so, right? Roll that. Yaw. Make these buttons. Yeah, roll. Translations. S. Wait, what? Translate up as K. K. What are these buttons? Translation. Up. Down. Should be enough for now. I gotta go through the, like, study what, I forget all of this. From what I might, my preferred key bindings for my controller. I had a bunch of crazy stuff, so I didn't have to jump from the keyboard to the thing. Like my forward translation was also increased throttle for the simplicity of that little extra push. Stuff like that. Which was an issue when it was docking time and I forgot to turn off my engines. You don't want that set up. So I think I actually need to restart the game for the controller to kick in, so I'll just do it. Screw it, we're doing it live. So was translation up is K. The stability might actually be screwing me. Try without it. 'Cause I might be overcorrecting. We're good. Oh no. Oh god. Keep it going. As if we did just do it this way. So we can get the engines on the runway to push up off the ground. Still nervous about the overcorrection. Come on. Come on. Come on, Hoss. Oh god. Oh no. God. I can try that again. Nope, not resume. Try this again. Wonder if SAS being off helped us out there. Let's actually turn it on. And we're losing control. Come on. Screw it, we're doing it in the grass. We're dragging. That's not good. Come on. Should I just retract the wheels? Retracting the wheels was a bad idea. Did SAS really screw us up that much? It's weird. You fly straight, you cheeky mid cheeks. It's like a slinky. I made my love. That's like okay. Pulling up here. You see my translations are trying to get that nose up. And it succeeds for a time here. Just enough to get airborne, and then I have to push the nose back down. Why are we rolling? Oh my god. I hate keyboard and mouse controls. So we lost our forward momentum by turning. Ah, water landing! So we need to maintain as much forward momentum as possible to maintain lift. But because of the imperfection in its design, it pulls to the left apparently, or it may just be pulling up. There's enough drag on it while we're airborne to then, that unless you fly it perfectly once you're airborne, you get too much drag, cut down on the air momentum, and then we're there. That's where we are. I have an idea. It wants a tail? I got like secret tails in here. Let's try not to mess up the aesthetic that we're going for when it's complete, because this all will be enclosed, which I'm not even sure will make it functional. But yeah, that could be true too. What if I make it 6? Can I make it 6, or do I have to jump straight to 8? Ba-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo. Let's see. See if I can figure this out. This to this to this to this to what am I trying to do here? Boop, boop. Technically, I can try to see if what was I doing? Mirror should be on. I guess it's not registering mirror because it's... Oh, I don't think these are mirrored. That's our culprit then. They need to be on this. Wondering if I need one on this engine assembly though. Go to the one next to it. Jump into the big one. I think we could get 5 engines on here. I can get it. Okay. That'll do. Who knows which one that one's actually connected to? Will give us the extra kick we need. Secret tails are too forward. Tilted up. Maybe. They work. Oh my god. Come on. Just get the one way. Just fly. Be free. Oh god. Oh god. So now we're backflipping again. We didn't check. We didn't even make a note of the balance and stuff. Boop, boop. Lift. Lift. What if I just grabbed all my lift? Just raw. Keeping this simple. Oh man, but the things are attached to these things. Because we keep that. And we keep that. Do we have something on the inside? What's making it tilt like this? I suspect we clipped something in here that's making the aerodynamics tilt. Oh, this one. So, like I said, it's been a while. So aerodynamic, oh, these things are aerodynamic. I feel like that shouldn't be doing that much though. Same thing with these. What if I just get rid of everything aerodynamic? All the panels at least. There. We'll figure out if to close those gaps when the time comes. For now, can we... Boom. Big wings. So basically wherever I put this, that's where it's gonna be. Put it there. But do it in a way where we can hide it. Probably as great a thing as we can get, but is it enough? Because the fact that it's perfect, the fact that it's perfect is one thing, but is it enough lift for the weight of this craft is the question. Especially enough to count for all this front weight. Even though I guess, I don't know. So I'm saying you design with aesthetics first. You have to just destroy it after the fact to get to the functionality. I think the one extra engine is actually helping a lot, though. We did it! Look at that, no hands! That stability. Now as the fuel gets drank, as the fuel gets consumed, I think the balance will change, but hopefully all these little engines will ever so gently pump out stabilizing forces. So it's rocking, and if you're close enough on these, you can probably see them firing. I feel like. But yeah, that's good. We did it! Can we do a barrel roll? Do a barrel roll. Oh, okay, okay. That was probably not the smartest move we've ever done, but we brought it back even with these keyboard controls that I hate so much. Oh god. Just find prograde. Yes. And then pull up from it. Yeah, whichever direction you start turning, it then just lazily lists that way. So it does look like it needs some kind of something that stabilizes its yaw other than brute force, because then this happens. But it's a spacecraft, so okay, that's good. So do we save it as this? Do we save this as the primary? I think we do. I don't like that this isn't symmetrical. So I'm gonna try to still get this piece to cover up that gap. Let's see, how do I do it though? Oh god, did it attach itself somewhere? I think it attached itself in the middle. Going in. I think it's still trying to catch. Even the camera's in the way, it's like, nope. We got it. Just have to understand how the game lines up these dots sometimes. Yeah. That, like that. Which actually allows me to push this back to make it more circular, which is a plus for that. Okay. Where were we on time? I feel like mixed. 220. 220, hey. Oh yeah, and I forgot I took out those other wings, so we actually were going off of just the brute force. You just need fancy, more finesse flying than anything else after that point. Do we need any more lift? Probably not, right? Because once you get it, you pretty much got it. Just then depends on what kind of thrust you put on it. I guess if I want to be able to glide, which would make for easier landings at slower speeds, you don't just fall out of the sky. You don't have to hit the runway at full thrust or full throttle. But I guess that can be added later. I think we're fine with that. I think. Let me just try to bang out some of this core. These core design features, so then I could focus more on functionality tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. Back to the boring stuff. Back to the grind. Which On some level you have to appreciate, because then we couldn't get to that point where you get to fly something that looks cool, right? You gotta just stomach the grindy parts. Like, no, just never stop. Never stop test flying something that's incomplete. It's like, no. That very sentence just no. You want to complete it. It'll be that much more satisfying. It was like an art project for me. Some people do creative streams with paint, body paint, drawing programs, or illustration rather, I should say, programs. I think working with Kerbal Space Program is my medium. I'm an artiste. It's like a weird bulge right here. Trying to get rid of. Now that I did that, I want to undo it. Bump, 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 bump. Do I need this extra? Oh no. Dun, 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 dun. It's hard to tell. I wonder if fixing the inside also fixes the outside, or if I have to adjust the outside based on what I do on the inside. Like I need to smooth this out a little bit more. That was just the top panels I adjusted, but that's fine, I guess. Look at that circle! It's a little weird looking, but still pretty great. Ding ba doom 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 ba boom ba doom. See, this is where I'm trying to avoid this little gap, which means I gotta push this in and Basically all these. And then kind of get another layer situation going. Which adds more weight and drag and all that good stuff, all that fun. Science calls it friction, I call it fun. Give me all the fun. Symmetry, god dang it. Symmetry, come on. What are you doing? Did I build anything? I think I was just making adjustments. And adjustments to something that's already symmetric carries over. Hopefully I didn't put anything new down, I don't think so. Otherwise I'm screwed. I'll be generally unbalanced. I won't know why. I mean, I'll know why. I always suspect that there's some piece, there's something in this build that's not supposed to be because it wasn't mirrored correctly. Or something missing even. It's probably more accurate. Something missing because it didn't mirror. Let's see. Still trying to fix this circle. Should go like something like that. I'm hungry. Did eat dinner. Took a nap. Next thing you know, I was just a little bit over an hour late for starting our broadcast. And it's funny because I'm literally on the, I feel like I'm on the verge of, as they implemented this path to affiliate, path to partnership or whatever. I'm like on the verge, guaranteed within the next 30 days. Affiliate qualification at least. At least. I won't say affiliate because I don't know what kind of, even if it's automated, I don't know what entails on the back end, what needs to happen. And my issue is that I kept every time I'd gain momentum, I'd take a step back and like self-audit the channel, redesign it, switch up the games I'm playing. I'd do something. I don't know if it was me being scared, being like, nah, I mean, it's like once I start getting traction and momentum and pulling away and then trying to act like I'm retooling, maybe it was some of that. I never kept my foot on the gas when it counted, when it should have counted. That's why I have so many followers and total views and still have no first round affiliation pick or whatever. It's whatever. I'm ready now. Give it to me. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Let's see. Looks like it's gonna go well with that, but is that the point we're actually aiming for? Guess we won't know until we get there. Hello. Bing bong, hello. Bitty bitty boo. Once again, if there was triangle parts, there were triangle panels, wouldn't have so much unnecessary clipping and drag and weight. The thing is, like, you have triangular aerodynamic parts, which have to be more difficult to render into the game as a thing. Game, why? We have aerodynamic parts. Why not have just a structural part? Even if you do now factor in the drag and all that good stuff. So how far do you think I feel like I have to start from the nose again. I'm gonna swing the way up. I don't know if there's an autosave feature, isn't there? It's just based on a timer. I don't think I made the increment that counts. I think we're still doing testing. Dang it. We fixed the back. I think that's the last time I saved. So I didn't even move this back. Oh my god. And I think this is even attached to the I-beam here, so I wasn't... Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have been moving it back because of that. So it's actually probably detached. Well, that sucks. Why is it crashing so much? Me wonders. Symmetry, why? Why symmetry? Come on! That's because my mouse just barely grazed this, and a bunch of this stuff back here is not symmetrical. So what is... this piece? Grab it. Symmetry it. Alright, here we go again. patience. What's that Bob Ross saying? These aren't they're not mistakes, they're happy accidents. So in the fact that I recognize that I pulled this away from the I-beam may be a happy accident that saved us from a catastrophic failure of things being detached and causing mayhem underneath the hood. Let's just go with that so that we feel not so terrible. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I don't know why this part's so hard for me to gauge what angle I need to attack here. Save. I'll actually save the main one too. Save. Override. That one's gone. Where was I adding these? I was adding them where I got the gap. I'm removing this because it had the thing on it. I push these in just to get maximum clipping. Like the more clipping you have on structural parts, the more secure that they are into whatever they're clipped into. No freedom to kind of bend and flex. But then comes the question is, does that then make it more brittle? Like it won't bend and flex, but it'll snap. I think I've come into that. I've encountered that problem before, where the craft is just so solid, and then it just breaks. I think it's been a rocket. It's like I strutted something to a rocket with so much like redundancy that it stopped bending and flexing, but then it would just snap. Because it had like some kind of weird payload I was trying to put into orbit. That's nothing. I haven't tried to get into orbit and make a freaking rendezvous in such a long time. I probably need to take a refresher. Since the mechanics have all changed, I'll have to like find new sources. Even I guess there's mechanics in concept should remain consistent. We get to this altitude, then start turning towards the horizon. And golden. Symmetry, you bastard! Usually they let you change the color of the parts. Sounds like something a mod could have built into it. I know they have scaling, part scaling in the mod. I don't like messing with mods though because a part of me is paranoid that an update will come out and the next thing you know a mod will be obsolete. Not that the community just makes mods and then doesn't update the mod, but you know, you'd have to wait for a mod, especially if you have something that's heavily dependent on a mod. And something aesthetic as far as color shouldn't, I guess, be that. Same thing with like atmospheric. Like you can make Kerbal look beautiful. At the same time, I don't want to go crashing into a cloud. Which shows how much I know about programming a mod for that sort of thing. Like, that's not how it works. Well, that's how my imagination does. Is it possible we can make this look better than we did when it crashed? Save. I'm terrified now. I'm being terrorized by the save. The fear of not saving. Anytime I do a zoom out to check the aesthetics and it looks okay, should be a save point. Anytime I check this circle, this inner circle. And I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Boop. I don't think it looks as good as it did last time. I don't know what I did different. Something different here, maybe? I don't remember changing these, but I think I want to change them now. That's fine. It's fine, save. It's fine. I could probably angle this. Match that corner better. Save. What am I doing now? Now that screwed up all these alignments, which is fine. We're fine. Nothing to see here. God, my stomach. I think I'm gonna have a burger. Fire up the George Foreman. The old handy dandy. Hopefully no one wakes up. As I'm in the dining room. Oh god, this tastes so good. I'm so hungry. Completely unnecessarily. Oh yeah. There's too many parts? I feel like I've done way more. 370. I feel like I've broken into thousands. I'm almost certain. When you make something like the Normandy from Mass Effect, which by comparison needed way more power, was way bigger. I just don't think I saved those files. I think when my streaming computer used to be my old gaming computer, and it had some issues with a hard drive, and I was in such a mad dash to get a new hard drive in there, get a solid state one at that, get it in there, get things formatted, play leapfrog from one with data from one to the next so that I had the right kind of files on the right kind of drive. So like things for like Adobe, Photoshop and Premiere Pro and all that stuff didn't need to be on the SSD. Actual programs could be on there. And then all that all the mad dash to get all that done, I completely forgot about my save files. Yeah, the Normandy is gone. I guess I could redo it again one day. That was a... remember correctly, that was a doozy. Somehow I made it work though on my old streaming PC. Made it work. To some degree. Minimal crashing of the... Okay, from here, I think this strut was actually made for this connection. Oh god, don't tell me. God dang it! What is it? What are we missing? This one? When did I ever press it? It makes me nervous that I hovered over something that's built into this area somewhere. It's not symmetrical, and everything on the sides, anything that's not on the body should be symmetrical. Everything should be. Just from there. We're changing the direction of the anchor points from here to there to there to here. I wonder if that's what it is. The game's running structural analysis and it's doing it like in a circle and then it keeps going and going and going until like a memory bleed starts happening. It's like, well, this is connected to this is connected to this is this, which is part of the original part, but this and this and that and that. Blue screen of death. Right. How are we looking with functionality? Looks okay. Put this under this so it has a good counterbalance. of force. Same thing with this. What are we doing now? Saving first and foremost, and then use big panels, I guess, from here. Since we did most of the heavy lifting of building out the outer circle. Even though these are heavy. They don't need struts. They probably need struts. And now that I'm saying that, they probably need struts. I technically don't need to close this off because I need to build out the frame for like symmetry, you bastard. I'm not noticing when it goes away. You know what I want a mod of? I want a mod where there's an audible noise. An audible message. It's like, you're not symmetrical anymore. It's like, thank you. Yes. Symmetry disengaged. No, no, no. You didn't say the magic password. I'm still here. It's 2 a.m. My game crashed, so I'm kind of redoing the work. Got my nice little, it's a circle now, ish, kind of. Gotta do stuff. Got a lot of work to do because I want to get to the point where I'm mostly testing and flying it as opposed to almost my favorite time of the and the 2 o'clock to like 3 o'clock time frame. I'm like, should I sleep? My mind and body are numb, so no. I guess that's a no. Hard pass. I wouldn't even sleep, too. Sleep to me is like an interrupted brainstorming session. The interruption being the actual sleep. It's like, okay, sitting here staring at the inside of my eyelids. What do we got? What do we got to work with here? We got things we need to do. We got things we want. Let's run a couple of fantasy scenarios here of how our life could have been. I started thinking about crazy stuff. Let's imagine now if we had $1 million. Okay. Let's remember that that's probably be taxed, so probably just cut the number in half. We need $1 million to do about $500,000 worth of what we want. Alright, alright. Let's take it back. Let's take it back to high school. What do we want to think about it? These are the things we do to ourselves willingly. Cemetery. Alright. So let's gauge now, just for reference, what's our first memory? Let's see if we can remember. You're watching Shark Tank? Like, what is my first memory? Is it still my first memory from when I thought about the first time I had a first memory? Does that count? If I wrote down what my first memory is right now, would it be the same first memory as... Wait, what? Would it be the same? And if I wrote this down over time without looking back, and then looked back later, would I discover that I'm slowly losing my mind? If you're overthinking your memories, you're altering them. Oh God! Who am I? Am I an assembly of my memories? And if I overthink my memories to change them, am I changing myself? There's somebody having a siege right now with like blood coming out of their eyes and ears. The knowledge. Too much information. Mind literally blown. Guess we should do like these panels, which should be standard or fair pretty much across the thing, and then maybe I'll stop after this. Now that I say that, let me save this game. This used to be my game. Like when I was playing around with streaming, this is the one that I landed on the most frequent. And people kind of almost expected me to play every now and then. And then I played Dark Souls. And then I started changing it up more consistently. Should probably raise this. Does it lose contact with the I-beam underneath of it? I don't know. After I meet this, I'll do one last test flight and we'll call it. Maybe a couple last test flights. Waco wobble. You got big heads and giant brains. But yeah, they do got a little wobble. If anything, their necks are probably just destroyed. Got a little crick in my neck. So stop wobbling. A giant head turtle monster thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, forgot. Nice. Got this closed off-ish, kind of. just do this real quick. Looks weird to me. And this. Oh, good. This. That. There we go. Hopefully that was symmetry. God dang it! Stupid game. Sorry for the outburst there. But it wasn't doing it symmetrically. Okay, I think this is the angle we want. Like that. That. And now it's on that side. Oh my god, speaking of... I have it here, it's not done here. Why? My game. Why are you tormenting me so? Where did I leave off? This one? Fresh. Here we go. There, like that. Symmetry is still on. No, we probably nicked the... There's a strut up here that I think is not symmetrical because it has two wing parts coming together. I thought it froze there for a second. Everything got real still, real quiet. Okay. This looks good. I'm noticing this. Why am I noticing this? No, I screwed it up. I fix it. There we go. Save, everything is gray, so I can't even tell it's true symmetry or if there's parts missing or whatever. We're test flying this thing. Let's check this real quick. Minor adjustments needed since we installed new parts. Oop. Saved. Here we go. Ow. Throttle up and go. Lift off. We did it. We did it. Flying. Everything looks dandy. Everything looks randy dandy. Try to get a thumbnail worthy angle here. Oh god! The screenshot also tells you where all the... So that's telling me the drag and lift. Are hitting. So we actually do have... It looks like there's lift. Looks like there's lift happening from the structural pieces, which is interesting. Alright, dare we try another barrel roll? I think we gotta at least try it. Do a barrel roll! Oh god. This is how we die. Chase. Stabilizing. I'm just using the nav ball. I'm not even looking at the frickin'. Get over. We recovered it. We burned through a lot of fuel though. I think all these little engines are burning through a lot of our liquid fuel. The SAS just did that. So that's it. That's it for today. We were able to fly without any outside shenanigans. We just need to close her up, which will add some weight. We shouldn't need to do too much more than that. Create some volume in these flat wings right here as it goes up to there. Close out these. I don't know if I want to put any other bells and whistles on here. Maybe a docking port if I think I can get this thing into space. But yeah, I feel like tomorrow's stream should primarily be focused on finishing this and then prepping it for space, trying to see if we can get it into space. Because getting into space, I can see it being its whole entire broadcast in and of itself. But yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Oh, where's my camera? Didn't prime it right. Thanks again for joining me on this grand adventure into you too, Shells. You have a good night. Making the Commodore from Thor Ragnarok. Good movie, you should check it out if you haven't already. Especially if I start getting into the inside jokes involving the ship. I think it's kind of cute and funny. Cheeky, rather. But yeah, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you could check out the past 2 days building this from yesterday's fun adventures of discovering what the wings on the front of the craft did versus on day 1 where we had to put wings on the back to balance out the wings on the front. A whole bunch of shenanigans, but I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we can finish it up and then try to prep it for space, and then maybe I'll get my controller Prime so I can be better at controlling it and flying it manually. But until then, I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Peace.